Okay, now we can do actual work here.
I'm Garrett DeMarsh. I was part of the build team where we just assembled the robot and went through prototyping and basically just went to the final product.
I'm Sean Maloney, Vice President of Operations of the AITE CyberRAMs. Well, this year I learned tools, being handy, how to improvise, and most of all, how to build.
My name is Capucine Cordina. I was in charge of the fundraising and event organizing.
My name is Tyler Zielinski, and for last year's robotics team, I was part of the build team, but this year I'm also going to be the co-programmer for the team.
My name is Xavier Richardson. When one of our factors didn't work on the robot, we had to figure out what was the problem, and that took a long time figuring it out.
What I found most challenging was getting the programming to work with the robot, because there was a lot of having to edit the programming to work with the robot, and if you had something wrong, it'd do something else completely different from what you're initially trying to have the task be. I think we went through about a dozen rounds of troubleshooting. A lot of it was just minor stuff, one or two little changes, but it was, I don't know, it was just good to have to go through that. The code side wasn't too bad because we download, FRC puts out a base code, and we work off of that and just edit it to the challenge that they assign us every year. So the coding's not so much the hard part, it's more the build, because that changes most drastically. Over the last 2 years, we had the standard drive system, which is just 6 wheels run by 2 motors and a series of belts. But this year we had to use a mecanum drive system, which is our wheels that have little rollers on them, and they're laid out in an X-shaped format, so you're able to strafe left to right. So stuff like that, more the physical building is changed.
Most difficult was keeping under the weight limit, definitely, because multiple times we had to cut and figure out which parts we can spare to keep the robot under weight. The weight limit was about 120 pounds, and we kept it just under about 118. The competition runs about a day or two.
So at the event, it was a very friendly atmosphere. You didn't feel pressured to win or anything. So if you did bad, you didn't feel absolutely horrible. It was a very open, friendly environment, and I don't know. It was just, people were nice, and everything went very smoothly. I thought it was fun.
It was very interesting. There were a lot of different people coming from different parts of New England. We got to meet a lot of interesting teams and mentors.
At the event, I didn't really go into the pit. I stayed in the stands just to watch us and see how we were doing. At one point, we were actually in second place in the competition, so that was pretty good to see us be in the high standings.
The thing I liked most about competing was just meeting the other teams and how the other teams built their robots and how they function, just watching them go out and play their rounds.
Well, it's the most hands-on engineering experience you can get out of the entire school.
They should join the robotics team because even if they're not interested in the actual building part of the robot, they can help run the club with talking to potential sponsors or the public. It teaches a lot about running organization.
I'd say that they should just try it, come to one or two of our meetings and just see if they like the people in it, like the atmosphere, see if they have any interest with it. If they like programming or just building stuff with their hands, then I think they should definitely come over and try it.